Okay, in this video I want to tell you about baking soda. Hi everyone, Sandra here from waha.com, and I want to say special thanks to all my subscribers at YouTube and all my members on my website, and thank you everyone. Okay, in this video I want to tell you about baking soda. The other name for baking soda is sodium bicarbonate. I hope I pronounce it good. Sodium bicarbonate. Okay. I have no idea where that baking soda comes from. I will search and write an article on my website about it. But what I do know is that is one of the greatest things on this planet, and one of the things that you shouldn't be without anywhere, at home, on a traveling trip or a picnic, or wherever you go. And now first while I'm making this video right now, I have idea of making this video a long time, but why am I doing it now is I'm allergic to everything, like smells. They don't call it allergy, they call it irritation. Doctors call it irritation. So I have they call it lungs and nerves irritation, so to say. So my irritation is on all the chemicals, all that is toxic, perfumes, different smells, even on body odor, different people. So I cannot use in my home or let anyone use all kind of soap, for example, just some soaps that I can use, that I can stand, so to say. So baking soda helped me in that way very much. And the reason I'm making this video now is that not long ago I found on YouTube a video about how to wash your hair with the baking soda. I used baking soda since I remember, but I didn't know that there are so many possibilities about it. So listen to this. Last night I washed my hair with the baking soda. Before I did it, but I would wash like first time with the baking soda, and then I would put some shampoo I can tolerate. But what I did last night, I washed my hair 2 times with the baking soda, and after that I wash it once with the soap made of goat milk, and I just rinse it out, and I can tell you my hair was never this beautiful. Never ever. You see? It's nice, isn't it? It's not good color because of my irritation on hair color, but never mind. So that made me wanted to make this video right away and show you my hair as a proof that baking soda is something beautiful. And I'm going to tell you about other things that I use baking soda for, and I'm really amazed with it. It's perfect. You don't need any chemicals. It's cheap. It's a cure. It's everything. Okay, I'm going to start at the beginning now. Anyway, I was trying to fix this camera. My camera is like not wide, so it can take only my head. I hope it's okay for you. Let me see if I can do. Oops. Okay, this is it. Anyway, since I remember, I know that my parents or people that were around me, they used to use the baking soda for when they have a heartburn, or when they eat some food which is like hard for their stomach, they cannot assimilate or digest, and they would take uh, like one full of glass. No, they used to take a half glass of water and quarter of teaspoon of baking soda, mix it and drink it. But what I noticed that works better for digestion is to get a full glass of water, or a big glass of water. The bigger the better, because okay, you take a big glass of water, I will tell you why, and half of a spoon, like flat half, not too much, flat half of baking soda, and mix it with the water and drink it up. Not sip by sip, but drink it up. And the good thing is to, if you can, to drink more water after it, because as I noticed, in order for baking soda to be able to digest what is hurting you in your stomach or bowels or wherever in digestive system, it will need water to be able to flush it all and to make it work. Okay? Okay, that was the first use of baking soda I ever learned. Then, what I noticed afterwards is that my mother used to give me some baking soda, like in a glass, mixed in a glass of water. If I would feel sick in a way, like if I would have at the beginning of some stomach flu, or if I add something that is not like that it's similar to stomach poisoning, you know. So when you notice around you that someone has a stomach flu, or vomiting, or diarrhea, or whatever, I noticed that you can prevent that. Maybe not totally prevent it, but at least not go through it in a hard way, if you take a baking soda in advance. So if, for example, if my brother has a stomach flu and it's like virus, you know, spreading around, I would take a baking soda right away, like maybe 2 times a day. You could make a the distance between two would be like, I don't know, a couple of hours. And I noticed that, like last time, I didn't even got it, and the time before I just had some symptoms, like I throw up maybe once, you know. So baking soda is great for stomach flu, even if you already have it. You know how you when with some stomach flu you have diarrhea, like awful diarrhea, like 24-hour bug, you know. And in order to cleanse it more fast from your system, you can take a baking soda, and it will pass it will be get over much sooner. And the other thing I wanted to mention about it is that many people complain that they cannot drink water. There are other reasons for why they cannot drink water, but so when I mention to them to take baking soda, they say like, oh no, I cannot drink water. If I drink water, I vomit, or I feel sick, or something. But I have to tell you, it's a big difference if you drink pure water or if you drink water with baking soda. So even if you feel sick, if you drink pure water, water with the baking soda will not make you sick. It can just make you feel better. Okay, next thing about the baking soda that I learned on YouTube. It's a great thing. I watched a video, I don't remember which video and I cannot find it now, but that's why I want to tell you. So the third thing, I think it's the third, is it? There are so many. Okay, next thing about the baking soda. After playing some sport or after some hard work, or when you go jogging or you go to a gym and you come back home, they advise that you should take a glass of of water with the baking soda, as I mentioned before, how to mix it. They say that is because that way you avoid assimilation of some substance. I don't know how they amino acids, I think. The body needs time to get rid of it, of amount that is more than balanced. You know, to get back in a balance, body needs time for that. But with baking soda, that balance comes more easy and faster. So I would suggest that. I tried it and it really made me feel like less tired. You know how after exercising, workout or whatever you do, it's a hard work, you feel like tired, and we all think that is because we worked hard, but I noticed that that is not because we worked so hard. It is in some degree, to some degree, but mostly is because our muscles are not back in a balance yet. So baking soda helps that in a way that you will feel you will recuperate for much faster to be able to go on with your day, you know. Next thing you can do with the baking soda, or thing that I recommend you do with the baking soda, is brushing your teeth. I know about that also all my life, but what I learned maybe 15 years ago, and I do it, there are a couple of ways, but I will tell you about all. First, you can mix like 1 spoon of baking soda and 8 spoons of sea salt, and it is recommended that you brush your teeth and wash the gums with it at least, not at least, but approximately once a week. That would be enough, because and I noticed that last year when I did my teeth, our teeth depend on our gums, and usually what happens is that our gums are not having enough blood circulation, and because of that our teeth suffer and get bad. So if we keep our gums healthy, our teeth will be more healthy, and plus it whitens the teeth. It takes off those like layers from food. No matter how much you brush your teeth, you notice there is always more to brush, or you have to go to a doctor to cleanse it, right? So this is a great thing, mixture of baking soda and sea salt. Okay, next thing about baking soda and brushing teeth. What I do is I mix baking soda, like I take a small jar and I put half of baking soda in it, and the rest I fill with toothpaste, some toothpaste that you like, and I mix it. You can add some water because it gets really hard to mix, so you can add some water in it. And I use that also for brushing my teeth and gums, either that or the other one. And I use it for my plates. I have a plate up. So instead of buying some pills on this and that, I wash my plates with that. And plus, because it's recommended to take them off during the night, I instead of putting pills or something that I can buy in pharmacy, I put this mixture in water with the plates, and I can tell you it's so far it's great. I wash my plates with it, I wash my teeth and gums with it, and it's perfect. Next thing you can do for your teeth, if you are using Waterpik or any other apparatus like that, any other company, what I do, in that water which I put in a Waterpik, I put the baking soda in it and mix and use a Waterpik with that mixture. So I don't use those mouthwashes, because I would need loads of it when I use it. I'm going to show you Waterpik, just a second to get it. Okay, for those who don't know, this is a Waterpik. See, I'm going to show you what it's all about. It has this thing, the water or mouthwash or whatever you want goes into this tank, but this tank is small. I don't know if you can see it. And when you plug it in electricity, and I will show you now, there are all kind of parts in here. So those parts go like, let me show you, I hope you see it. Those parts go here, you see, like this. And then when you put it on, the water goes from this tank, water goes here. So you can imagine how much water you need for this, or that mouthwash. So instead of using a mouthwash, you can use, oops, let me fix this camera. You can use mixture of water and baking soda. Did I fix the camera? I hope so. I can tell you, it gives you a beautiful taste in your mouth. I'm not advertising mouthwash, this Waterpik. Just, it is really good. It's Waterpik water flosser. So I'm giving you advice because if you do have it or intend to get it, using a mouthwash would cost you like million times more than using a baking soda. And I don't know if you know, but in those all those things that for whitening teeth and toothpaste, they all have a baking soda in it. So why paying big money for something that is so cheap, right? Okay, next thing you can use a baking soda for. I'll give you my example. When I was one time, I had sore throat and I had the temperature like sky high, and that temperature was going on for more than 12 hours and I couldn't put it down, and I was in pain just one side, and it was awful. And this is the thing I also know since I remember. My mother taught me. For in those cases, you have to rinse your throat, and it would be good to. It's good to rinse your throat with a mixture of baking soda and water, not just when you have a sore throat. It's good to cleanse your mouth with it, to cleanse your throat, because all kind of mucus and bacteria get there so fast you wouldn't believe. So what you do, you take in this case, when you want to rinse your mouth and rinse your and gurgle your throat, gurgle, that's a better expression. You get half of glass of water, but water should be like not hot, but like warmish, and because you don't want it to get more cold. And you get 1 teaspoon of baking soda flat. I will show you later what's flat, what's half, what's full spoon. So you take a full spoon, but a flat spoon, teaspoon of baking soda. You mix with that water and you gurgle it. If you need, I usually in ordinary situations when I just want to cleanse my throat, and because when I cleanse it, when you cleanse throat, the baking soda or with anything else, you're not just cleansing the throat, you're cleansing the nose also and your ears. So I make that mixture like that, and that's around 3 gurgling, you know, and you don't just gurgle and throw out. You have to gurgle like a couple of seconds. Okay, so from that one mixture you can gurgle like 3 times, and that's great for cleansing your throat. And the other thing, when you have a sore throat, we usually get those pills like they're like for sucking in your mouth, you know. They have that strange taste and all. Some people cannot take those pills because they have some strange smells, or it makes them feel bad in the mouth. So baking soda is great for that. In that case, you can use like a stronger mixture of baking soda. Like put more baking soda, you will feel the difference when it's mild mixture or stronger mixture. So the stronger mixture for a sore throat is better. And what happened to me one time that I start telling you about is at one point with that high fever, I got fed up and I got out of a bed and I made the mixture, strong mixture of baking soda, and I was in my country house, and I stood on a window. I didn't even go to a bathroom. I stood on a window and I was gurgling and gurgling till the baking soda like took some layer in my throat off, and I spit it out. And trust me, from that moment on, my temperature went down and I finally felt better. So I'm recommending gurgling the throat when you have a sore throat, gurgling baking soda mixture when you have a sore throat as a first aid, first and last. Okay, let me recall of more things. Okay, next thing you do with baking soda. Well, don't get me wrong, but I consider baking soda like heavenly cure or heavenly material, or a substance that God gave us, like He uses. He gave us, you know. That's how high opinion of baking soda I have. Another thing, baking soda is perfect for, not perfect, but it's unbelievably good for candida albicans. Lately, some scientists and some doctors find out that candida is a reason for a cancer. And since all of us have candida in a balanced level in our body, and considering the fact that she or it rises from like when you take some pills or antibiotics or whatever you take in your stomach, your stomach tries to defend itself. First, way of defending is candida is going up. So it is not the bad thing, but if you, as we live in a stressed times, our immune system doesn't have so much time to react. There is too many things that bother us, especially if we are emotional. So candida gets to be systematic, not just periodic, like for one day and then goes away. It levels. So I'm the one of those person who has candida, and only thing that helped me when my candida is up is a baking soda. What I use and how I use it is, as I told you, I drink baking soda. Like I drink baking soda in 1 glass of baking soda every night, or I put in a bottle, in glass bottle. I put like, I don't know, 1 big teaspoon, 1 full teaspoon in 1 bottle of maybe liter, and mix it, and I drink it all night. And what else I do, and what I suggest to everyone, no matter if you have candida or whatever is going on, yogis recommend that we cleanse our nose at least every morning. What I do, I cleanse my nose with the baking soda. Not every day, I forget sometime, but every second day, sometimes every day, sometimes every third day, whenever you want. But what I notice is that it's very good when you feel that the cold is coming over you, that you are getting, that you are about to have cold. You know that feeling. In that case, it's perfect to cleanse your nose. What you do and how you do it. This video is going to last forever, but never mind, I may cut it in pieces. You take, let's say, 1 deciliter of water, mild water, mildly warm, and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. It shouldn't be too strong mixture, because it may damage your skin in the nose. And when you cleanse your nose with this, I forgot to say, you're not just cleansing your nose, you're cleansing your sinuses, you're cleansing your connection to your ears. So you can use it when you have a cold, like you feel your nose is clotted. You can use it when you feel your sinuses are clotted. You can use it when you feel your ears are clotted, or have that pressure in your ears. So, as I said, 1 deciliter of water, that would be like half of the glass. Like, let me show you, this is a glass. So, you take like this, okay? That I'm showing you how much, just to tell you how mild it should be. And you can make a full glass, and just not to be too strong mixture, too much baking soda. So for half of this glass, you take 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, mixing it, and what you do, sorry, you close your 1 nostril, you put, oh, this camera is awful, wait, like this. You put a water in your mixture of baking soda and water in your in 1 hand, opposite hand, close this, sniff in, don't worry, it will not kill you, sniff in with all your inhale. You inhale all the way and exhale it out. Then you do the second one the same way. You put the mixture here, inhale it, and exhale it out. And you do that, as yogis recommend, you do that 2 times for each nostril. you can do it more if you want. If you feel cold, that you are getting cold, if you're already having a cold, you can do it more. But if you're just cleansing your nose like on a daily basis, 2 times is enough. Let me fix this camera. Okay, this is good. So as I said, that way you cleanse the nose, you cleanse the sinuses, and you cleanse the ears. Don't be surprised if you hear your ears popping, you know, like in plane, or when you get out of the plane. That's a good thing. Let's see, what's the next thing I want to tell you? Yes, before I was telling you about candida, what I heard doctors say is that candida gets adjusted to everything else but baking soda. That's why baking soda is good for candida. So I recommend people who have a cancer, or yeah, that's another thing. People who have a cancer to check out on YouTube and on internet. There are great recipes for that, and I really believe it's working. The next thing for using a baking soda is for a woman. It can be for a man also, but I will explain for a woman. So, man, you figure out the way how to use it. When you have candida or some bacteria or whatever, you should do, I don't know how you call that. Never mind, whatever you call it. What I suggest is washing your vagina with a baking soda. Washing from outside and from the inside. And I want to emphasize to women that women, you have to have in your bathroom for your hygiene, you have to have that thing that's called irigator. Or I don't know how you pronounce it, but I think this is it. Irigator, I suppose. I will write down how it's called. So to wash inside of your vagina, you have to also when you're making a mixture, it has to be, first the water has to be warm enough, and second the mixture shouldn't be too strong. Like for 1 liter of water, you put half of a spoon of baking soda. Half of a spoon, not a teaspoon, spoon. And again, flat half. It's enough. So you mix it good, and then use it with irigator, however you call it. And I would recommend that at least once a week, with all other things that I will tell you later. But this time I'm talking about the baking soda, so I really recommend it, and it's great for all bacteria. It's great for all, and some women are afraid that it will like bite the inside, you know, like damage the skin, damage the how you call that. It will cause some damages, but it will not. Trust me, it will not. Our body is made so that whatever is damaging it, body makes juices which flush it out. So use baking soda with no problems. Just don't make mixture which is too strong. You can try it with a spoon and see if it's mild. If it's mild, you use. If it's too strong, you add water. That's all. Let's see what else I know about the baking soda. Okay, here we are in my kitchen. So I'm going to show you. This is what I call spoon. You see how flat it is? And this is the teaspoon I'm using. This is a baking soda. Okay, so get something. If in once I told you, you use a full spoon, but let me take the camera. Like when I just a second to turn this camera around so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, this is it. It's a little too much light. Yes, here we go. So this is a half spoon, not a half, sorry. This is a full teaspoon, but it's flat. Look what I mean when I say flat. It's like this. You see? It's not too much. And what I mean when I say half of it. Okay, half flat. This is how much it is. Maybe a little less. You see? This is like a half, right? And half and flat. Almost flat. Okay. That's about a teaspoon. And about the spoon, when you use it for washing your vagina. Let's see. Oops, my camera is falling. Never mind. This is a little too much. Okay. I don't know if you see good. This is like quarter of the spoon, is it? I don't know if you saw it good. Let's see. Do you see it? It's flat. Let me try here. It's a flat, and it's like a less than a half. That would be maybe even less. Maybe this, like quarter of a spoon, should be enough for. I'm showing you with the spoon because you have to mix it with a spoon. You cannot mix 1 liter of water with a teaspoon, right? So this is how much you put in your water. You don't need more than that. If it's too strong, as I said before, if it's too strong, you add more water. Okay, that's it for now. Okay, here I am upside down. So, there's my angel. I told you what I could have remembered for now about the baking soda, and I hope you will use it. Trust me, people, you have to have a baking soda all the time with you. Mwah! And shine like a star that you are. Bye.